What's going on, everybody?
What's going on?
Wednesday night. Feeling good on a Wednesday. Yeah. How's everybody doing tonight? It's been a busy like few days here, and like a crazy day for me. So I got here for supper, and I was here
exactly in time for supper.
I was here in the morning for a bit, and then down in the good old US&A for an hour and a half or two, and then back here for the good old gear and beers. So
I'm happy you made it back, man.
Yeah, me too.
I was starting to question it, actually. Yeah.
You're like, he's not coming.
This might just be me and Luke tonight. We'll see. Yeah.
Yep. Guys, do us all a favor and smash that like button or do whatever it is that you do before we get into it here. Tonight we're going to be talking about the differences between the Generator 120 Mark III Revision A versus the Gen 120 10th Anniversary Edition. We get a lot of questions about this, but first, beersy time. And special beers tonight, koozies, courtesy of our great friend Mike Jeeves over in Australia.
Thanks, Mike.
Custom Rev koozies made to look like the old Vegemite logo. So, you know what? Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, man.
I have PBR in this for today. And although I did grab a Granville Island one for later that I've never tried. So, we'll see how good it is.
I'll drink it for you.
So, if you guys help us out with some questions and stuff like that throughout the stream, we're going to do things a little bit different tonight, just because we get lots of people who say, like, I'm trying to watch it after the fact, and, like, you guys are always off on tangents. So we're going to talk more about the amps and then answer more questions, a little bit further in so I don't get...
We're still good at tangents, though.
Yes. Just not as bad, hopefully. And, so maybe we could give away, like, one or two of these extra... Vegemite koozies that...
Why not, yeah.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of them?
He called them coolers, and I was like, it's a koozie.
Ooh, I don't like that, yeah.
Trey says, who's in charge of the mic gain? That would be Luke.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Bo and I are in charge of drinking beer and playing guitar.
That's all I'm good for, man.
Yeah, what's wrong with the mic gain, Trey?
So, Derek be clipping. Nice. It's the way it's supposed to be.
Not anymore.
I told him that I just needed to be louder than Bo, and that's all that mattered. No. So, So, let's talk about the Generator 120. The way we're set up tonight, just so everybody knows, the signal path. I'm actually running through both Generator 120s tonight, and I have them on an ABY switcher so that we can go back and forth and compare channel by channel, what kind of stuff Dan did to, shift voicings and things like that to make them slightly different.
Yep.
And I'll give you guys all the information about what's different about these amps because there are a few differences between 10th Anniversary and Rev A amps. So
new circuit, new bunch of stuff.
So
we'll get into it.
My signal path or signal chain, whatever you want to call it, it is the guitar into my pedal board, and then that goes out to both amps through the radial Twin City ABY switcher. Have an avalanche run into the loop of the 10th Anniversary amp. I'll turn that off for most of the comparison just because, well, we don't need to hear it. And that's it. I'm not running any of the other pedals right now. On the intro, I was running the chat breaker with the tilt boost, which is one of my favorite,
great, man, yeah.
mid-gain kind of things. So the other thing we thought we would do for you guys is we pulled out a bunch of different guitars for you guys to see tonight. So you guys can also hear, like, Bo and I'll switch, and you can hear, like, I'll start with my trusty old Schecter Nick Johnson.
Schecter, yeah.
And then we'll work our way through, maybe through a Paul, maybe through the old Novo, maybe through that Gretsch, I don't know, Telecaster, Tom Anderson, things like that. If there's any guitars that you guys either see or are kicking around or that you're interested in seeing what things sound like, by all means, hit us up. And know what's what. So, housekeeping thing, smash that like button if you haven't. And
subscribe.
Our YouTube analytics tell us that like 60% of you or 70% of you are not subscribed. So please do us a favor if you guys want to check out any other content from us, including the Golden Age of Gear podcast that Joey and I do. Just hit the subscribe button and ring the bell,
man. Yeah.
And let's get on with it. So, yeah. So let me turn the Let me turn the avalanche runoff. And what we're going to start with is we'll start with the clean channels. And we're going to go back and forth. I'll start with the Revision A amp. And I just have them set equally right now. Everything is pretty much at noon, except on all of our amps, I like to run the channel levels quite a bit hotter.
Yeah.
So the preamps run hotter than the power amp.
I do the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, I find that, especially on the high gain channels, setting that level control at like 2 o'clock, like, yeah,
Kind of the sweet
1:30
spot,
to
yeah.
2 o'clock seems to be like kind of the best. So,
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
completely agree. Always run my channels a little bit hotter.
yep. So so let's first of all talk about why there is a 10th anniversary / a Revision B. And, James had asked, like, he said in the Rev community that, so there's Rev, like MK3, which means that there's 3 different revisions of the amp or versions of the amp is what he had posted. There is. So we started off with the original Generator 120 back in 2014, which we now call the Mark 1. At the time, we didn't call it the Mark 1.
It was just the generator, yeah.
Yeah. So, and along the way, Dan has always, he has always like kind of tinkered with circuits after the fact as he designs new products and he finds some new, like, either technique or just, some new thing that worked really well in a different circuit.
That he wants to then come
That
back
he
and-
wants to bring back in. So with the 10th anniversary 120, I can tell you for sure, some things that he figured out when he was designing the G50, he really liked how the preamp on the purple channel was responding, and then he took and implemented it into a 120 that he had, and was like, "Hey, like there's something better
There
here."
it is,
So,
yeah.
so he's kind of constantly tinkering and tweaking with the circuit, especially as he learns, kind of new things. I'd say the biggest differences I've seen in him as a designer is when we did the tilt overdrive pedal with Sean.
Yeah.
From that point forward, the type of stuff that Dan has implemented into our pedals has just been phenomenal. And I feel like that's where, as a designer, he just like he went from being like fantastic as a designer to unbelievable, in my opinion, because now all of a sudden the feel on our amps has always been really good. I've thought, like, I've always been a big fan of how they compress and how it feels underneath your fingertips. But the stuff that he's designed, like between the Mark IIIs, the Revision B stuff, the D40,
Yeah.
the G50, I mean, everything just kind of keeps leveling up with him. So
Absolutely.
shout out to Dan. So Mark 1, you weren't around for.
Nope.
You came on the scene kind of when we were doing
Mark 3.
Yeah, you were here before we started Mark 3, though.
Yeah, I was in the shop for probably a few weeks doing like mostly alpha
Yep.
stuff before the MK3 dropped, and then I've been doing
Mark 3
exclusively
since then.
yeah.
Yeah. So the Mark 1 was heavier. It was bigger.
I thought you meant like tonally, but no, it's like it's a big amp,
weight
yeah.
heavier. Yeah, like it was 57 pounds just for the head, where I believe the Mark III is, I think, 46. So it's pretty substantial, the amount of weight that we were able to shave off. And it didn't have the like switchable wattage,
Yep. It wouldn't have had the 2 notes.
Oh no, yeah. So Mark 1, differences between Mark 1 and Mark 2. And I should say this, if you're looking at an old Mark 1 or Mark 2 amplifier, there are also different revisions within those.
Yeah,
So
okay.
there are revisions like B, C, D, and I think E on the Mark 1. Or it might just be B, C, D. And then in the Mark 2, I think it goes up to like revision E.
Okay.
And all of those are just minor changes that Dan would make. Like, for example, if he found some way to lower the noise floor on something, a revision would be done. Normally, we would change the serial number, and you would see a letter code in the serial number to let you know what revision it is. So Mark 1 to Mark 2, the big differences in Mark 2 was that we had selectable wattage was the biggest thing. And then every different revision, the voicings change just ever so slightly. I would say the biggest differences on them are a Mark 1 like clean and crunch channel versus a Mark 2. Those are the channels that have like pretty big differences. The purple channel on the 100P, which is considered a Mark 2 amp, it was a pretty huge kind of change from the Mark 1. And then going from Mark 2 to Mark 3, you've got massive revoicing issues, and of course, or not issues, differences, I should say. Yeah, issues. Terrible.
Wicked problems
We
with the MK3s,
did everything we could to make them worse. No, they went from just like got way more aggressive and throatier between the Mark II and the Mark III. Obviously, feature-wise, added the torpedo embedded, add the reverb, add the gate into the Mark III. So yeah, Mark III Revision A had that voicing. Then when he was working on the G50, figured out a few things he liked. That's when we started working on the Revision B circuit. The 10th anniversary circuit is identical to a Revision B circuit. It is technically a Revision B. The only difference between a 10th anniversary amp and a stock Revision B 120
are the power tubes.
The power tubes, which you can change. Like we send the 10th anniversaries out stock with EL34s, and the
Revision B is with 6L6s. But if you send us an email, I mean, you can swap. You can get either one in your amp.
Download the manual if you know how to bias your amp. It's really easy to do. You can
not on all amps, but our amps are very easy to bias.
Yes. So. Mr. JWJ71, that's absolutely correct. Like a revision is a minor tweak, sometimes fixing a noise issue, sometimes it's, Dan figured out how he could add a little more bass content. Like the big differences between, revisions A, B, C, and maybe D. It's a long time ago, so I don't really fully remember, but I know for sure between A, B, C on the Mark 1s, was what a lot of people would call like the bass mod or the gain mod. Back then, Dan found a way to give it more gain and more low end. So those are kind of the differences when you see like Mark series versus revisions. I've always asked Dan like, "Okay, can we be done now?" And then of course he finds some other little tweak to make. And
Dan will never be done.
No, and it ends up sounding killer. So. Yeah.
Oh, what's going on, Robbie?
Yeah. So this is the Revision A clean channel. I have it just set everything at noon, no wide switch on or anything.
No bright, no wide,
Yep. So if I switch over to the 10th anniversary, you guys will hear a difference. So this is the 10th anniversary. It's instantly a little bit brighter.
It's also got more low end though too. It just seems like a little...
Like a wider spread.
Yeah, exactly,
Yep. So the clean is what probably got the least amount of change.
I was going to say the same thing. Like,
and you could probably attribute a little bit of that to the difference in power tubes, that like 34s are going to be a little bit brighter. So now if we go to channel 2.
I got you.
So I have them set the same right now.
That's a 10, right? 10 anniversary?
Yeah. And here's the Revision A.
So they are set like identical, yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot more body in
Yep.
the 10 anniversary.
More gain. You're like, I just want to play it. And I'm not using the gate or anything. That's why you guys can hear a bit of hum and a bit of noise when I'm on single coil.
Sounds awesome, man.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move on to we're gonna check out channel 3, and what we'll do is I'm gonna kind of just cycle through a little bit of each, and then we're gonna swap guitars, and you guys can ask all the comments you want. I'll reply to any of the questions that you guys have kind of beyond that. That way, if anybody's watching this in post, they don't have to sit through, way too much before we get to the fun stuff. All right, so this time I've got the gate on both. I'm gonna pull the gain back a little bit to match there. Otherwise, we're set pretty close to the same. I'm on the blue aggression level on the purple channel.
Always blue aggression, man.
So let's start with. So this is the revision A. So it's automatically hotter.
Way hotter, yeah.
Let me pull it down a little bit just so that it's level matched a little better.
That is one thing, is the 10th anniversary, on top of being like slightly revoiced, is also much louder across all the channels. Much more powerful.
So here's the revision A. Revision A. 10th anniversary. So, what are you hearing?
Much hotter. Revision B 10th anniversary sounds like smoother too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's got. I would say it's a little more like aggressive, gnarly, whatever you want to call it. I actually would say that the revision A is smoother. And this just has more bite.
It's got more bite for sure, yeah. But also, the clean channel, I would say it's got the EQ seems to be a bit of a wider spread again too, right? You're just filling up more sonic frequency.
Yeah, and it definitely has the appearance of more gain because I did turn it down a little bit. Part of that is going to be because of the way that EL34s will affect.
The tubes are breaking up differently, yeah.
Yeah, they're just a little more brittle sounding, not in a bad way, but just
But they'll break up the compressed way sooner,
Yeah.
Different animal.
You think that the Rev B is smoother? Okay. Cool.
I mean, it's these are all buzzwords, right?
Yes.
What does smoother really mean? But yeah.
It sounds good.
It sounds great.
Let's check channel 4 here. Can you click me?
I got you.
I'm too
Blue
lazy.
aggression?
I'm too lazy to go all the way over there. All right, so here's the A on 4. This is one of the channels I feel has the biggest change.
Yeah.
On it, it's so fat.
Yeah.
And it's quite a bit more. I mean, I hate using the term aggressive because it has the aggression switch.
But for lack of a better word, yeah.
Can you turn the? Oh no, here. Let's start level match. That feels better. The mid-range shifts quite a bit, right? Yeah. So it makes a huge difference. And I mean, between Mark II and Mark III, the channels that got the biggest upgrades, or I should say biggest voicing changes, will be the green channel because it got the drive modes.
Yeah.
Where the Mark II
took it from the pedal, right? And put it in the amp.
For those of you guys that don't know about that, on the
a little behind the scenes here, yeah.
Yeah. So originally the green channel didn't have any other voicing options. It just had a bright switch, and when we did the pedals, we didn't do them in order. So the G3 pedal was the first pedal that we did, then the G4, and then when we went to do the G2, we were like, what do we do with the hole in the chassis? Because they're designed to be the same and look the same. And I was like, Dan's like, well, I could put a bright switch, but it's kind of a pain in the ass to do that the way that the circuit is designed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, what if you just came up with two other like more aggressive voicings like the aggression switch? I'm like, but maybe let's not call it aggression because it's more of an overdrive pedal. So let's call it drive.
Drive mode, yeah.
So we did that on the original G2 pedal. And then when we were doing the Mark III planning, I was like, well, we have to put the other drive modes on the amp so that it matches the pedal. And because everyone's favorite mode on the pedal was the blue mode, which didn't exist on the amp. So, yeah. So that's the like kind of Cole's Notes or Cliff Notes versions of like what's different about how they sound. So let's do this. Why don't you play, Bo?
Love to.
Why don't you set that down? And I saw somebody say like,
oh, do I have to? It's such a nice guitar.
I know. Don't touch my guitar. You make it dirty. Why don't you play Les Paul?
Okay.
Because
is that a 90s Les Paul?
it is. This is a 91 Les Paul.
Oh, it's my birth year.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Oh, man. You have like the best.
My birthday is coming up,
year.
too, in case you were wondering, Derek.
Oh, yeah. What do I need to get you for your birthday?
Oh, I don't know.
Just not a 91 Les Paul?
Les Paul, yeah, for my birthday year, yeah.
Is there like one of those man Les Pauls? Like
The Gibson Melody Maker.
Oh.
Was that trash or what?
Yeah, I think it's like $100.
Are they trash? I don't know.
That's
I've never
my
played a
speed.
Melody Maker, but
I don't know.
I've never played one. I have that Theodore. You like the Theodore?
I love the Theo, dude, yeah. The Mahler needs an aggression switch.
The Mahler needs to be more aggressive than it is. So, in true Les Paul fashion, I have to tune this one. Now, this guitar, I don't know if Sam was playing it last, but it is tuned down one full step. So
was the Gretsch when I picked it up.
yeah. One second. I don't think it's supposed to be tuned down a full step. But I want to hear you play, and then I'm going to mess around with some knobs and stuff like that. There we go.
That sounds pretty in tune. Oh, thank you.
All right.
It's not as heavy as I thought it was going to be.
That's a chunky boy.
Oh, man, this thing cooks.
Yeah. Okay, can you guys guess which one he's on? So I'm gonna put you to the purple channel. Don't play anything yet.
Yep.
I'm gonna put you to the purple channel, and then I want you guys to guess which amp you think he's on. All right. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. I'm just going to turn the bright switches on both of them because that Paul's a little dark. Okay.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
So that actually brings me to another point, which is that like Dan's incorporated all of these little switches and buttons and stuff like this over the years, not just to add a bunch of other useless features.
Not to make them more complicated, yeah.
But you notice how much different, like my Schecter sounded like nice and bright. I didn't need the bright switches on the purple channel with it, but this benefits greatly from it. And I bet if we switch to like, we'll check what the Anderson is like next or something on this channel just to see like how does that compare. So BB got it right. He was on the Rev A when you said it. So this is the Rev B right now. Or sorry, 10th anniversary. Rev A. So this really like comes back to the whole feel thing that I was talking about, that you can notice this drastic difference. And that's something that, like I said, when Dan was working on the Tilt Overdrive, he really kind of figured something out. I don't know what it is because I don't know circuit design, but the difference between how the 10th anniversary or a Revision B circuit feels versus a Revision A, there's just all of a sudden this like little bit of extra, almost like a little bit of extra life is what it feels like. It's just, you know what I mean?
I was gonna say, because like, I mean, there are tonal differences. Like when you're playing and like A-Bing them, I can hear the difference between the two amps.
Yep.
But so much of it's a feel based too. Like it feels like a completely different animal under your fingers. Revision B, it's even easier to play, I would say. Like it just like, it's got more life. It just feels like a little smoother under my fingers. Feels like a little more,
What I found, like, what kind of drew me to the company, to be honest, at the beginning. So for anybody watching who doesn't know the backstory of how Dan and I got together, I own a screen printing company, and he needed somebody to screen print faceplates. So we met. I took a look at the faceplates and told him I could do the job. Asked him to bring the amp down for me to try, and he showed up a couple weeks later with his prototype. And I played it for like 2 minutes, set my guitar in my lap, and asked him where he built it and how he did it. And he said, well, I built it in my basement over the last 2 years, and how did I do what? And I said, well, he fixed everything that's wrong with the rectifier. That's no slag on Mesa Boogie. Rectifiers were my favorite amp.
I was going to say, you're a big Mesa fan, so.
At the time, but everything I didn't like about my rectifier, the generator had addressed. So anyway, I ordered one. This is before we started working together, and when I got it, I remember like doing like a test, and I had probably like, I don't know, 12 or 13 guitars at the time, and like a pretty like wide array of different types of guitars, right? Like so, Les Paul, Strat, I had Lucille, had Charvel Model 6, I had the PV Wolfgangs, had.
You keep saying had. You don't have a lot of these guitars anymore?
I have almost all of them.
That's what I would have
Probably
thought,
all of them, still, but. What I wanted to do is, I had always had in the past that, like, you know, playing my hollow body or a Strat with the rectifier, like, they did not get along.
Yeah.
Like, I had always kind of paired, like, oh, if I'm going to play, you know, anything clean, I'm going to use the Strat or Telecaster, and I'm going to play it with a Fender, you know, like, I had an orange Rockaverb for a bit. I'm like, maybe I'll use that. But I would never use my Boogie with single coils or anything like it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, I remember like calling my buddy Brent and being like, hey man, let's sit down and like let's like shoot out all of my guitars through this thing and let's see like what does it all work with and what doesn't it work with. And not a word of a lie, every guitar sounded awesome through it, and it took every guitar super well. The only one I had any issue with was the Charvel Model 6 has active pickups in it. It might even be EMGs. If they are, it's the only guitar that I own that has EMGs, I bet. Yeah, I know, gross, eh? So the amp was feeding back like really badly when as soon as
with the active pickups,
rolled the volume up because of the active pickups. So on the early Mark Ones, that's why they have an active and a passive input.
I forgot about that actually. Yeah,
So,
that's right.
I don't think I have my Mark 1's not here. My Mark 2's here, and my Mark 2 has the active and passive input. So, but that's why they had it. And then he changed something in the circuits in the Mark
So you don't
3s,
need that,
so you
yeah.
don't need it. So, yeah, it's great. So the anyway, a little bit of history for you. But yeah, I was really shocked at like how well it took kind of everything. So I had Luke, grab a bunch of guitars out of the rack here and figure out like, okay, let's do some comparisons. So we're gonna rip through. So yeah, you guys can shoot any of your questions to us and anything you guys want to hear. I mean, I suck at playing metal, so it's
So do
not
I.
yeah, it's not gonna help. But
I'll fake it though.
yeah, Bo will be your resident metal guy.
Oh
But
God, don't call me that.
let's.
No, you're setting me up for failure here.
Let me see that guitar for just 1 second, because I do want to show one thing. And sorry if I keep moving around and my mic, I hear when it goes like, no, you can't.
Yeah,
hear me,
we're
and
fine.
it's-
We're
yeah.
fine.
It is what it is.
Sounds great.
I
right?
love that Les Paul, man.
Right? Let's talk about how rad this sounds out.
See, that's the real money. You have to get a revision A and a revision B and play them together.
So yeah, if you have an ABY switcher, hook up 2 amps no matter what it is. It
Yeah.
will sound way
Always.
better, always.
Two is better than one, always.
All right, so what guitar should we go with next, guys? I got the we got the Falcon. We could do that one next, or I got the Schecter Telly, the Tom Anderson, the Novo. I get the John Mark with the gold foils in it. Got the Aristides here. Yeah, it's your guys' choice.
Yeah, we got a big tone spread tonight, boys.
Hey, Mike, you're very welcome, man. I'm glad you're enjoying your amps.
Also, while we wait for the lag, Bo, what'd you just crack open there?
I got a Kilter Juicy.
Oh.
For anyone that doesn't know Kilter, it's a local brewery. One of my favorites.
Lewis asked in the Revv amplification community on Facebook, which if you guys aren't part of that, head over there. There's a link in the top corner. Head over there, check it out.
Just follow us on all the socials, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Get with it.
That's the best place if you want to ask us a question. That's the best place to do it.
I love watching Luke crack up at everything that I say behind the camera.
Follow us on all the socials.
It's just so aggressive. It's
Yeah.
like, come on.
Come on,
Do
guys.
it.
Come on.
Just do it. You know what? You're not subscribed, and it's really bothering Bo right now.
Yeah.
Like he's real mad.
Cheese, dude.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Anyway, Lewis asked if like both amps, the Revision A and the 10th anniversary, had the same preamp and power tubes, or are they different? Go ahead. You answer this because you build them.
Yeah, so the tubes are going to be the same for Revision B and Revision A. If you're getting the 10th anniversary, though, which is still a Revision B circuit, that comes with different power tubes. Preamp tubes are the same across the board
Yeah.
for all of our amps.
What power amp tubes are they, Bo?
Revision A's are all 6L6s. Revision B is 6L6 except for the 10th anniversary, which will be EL34s. And then again, you can swap out whatever you want, like, yeah.
Yeah, you can run KT8s. Like actually for tonight, originally this is my 120. Like this is the first one we built.
Yeah. I was surprised to see you had the 88s in there.
Yeah, mine had KT88s in it. I think that was Dan and Sam. When I wasn't here,
It definitely wasn't built like that because it didn't have the 88 tube clips in it.
they did a like power tube swap.
Yeah, I remember that,
I don't
yeah.
remember if it was like I don't remember if it was an actual like tube shootout or if it was how to bias your amp or what it was.
I think it was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
I
I was
recall.
gonna say, I think it was a little bit of both, mainly a shootout though.
Let's get a guitar pick here.
Yeah. It's the best thing about this is that I can hear that guitar acoustically through your lav mic right
yeah.
now. This is a not well-known fact about our amps either, and it's a trick that I used to tell everybody that I would do all the time. And Bo, you can keep playing, but the sweep. The sweep on the gain pot on the high gain channels, like on. The sweep on the high gain channel, so like on the purple channel right now, if you roll the gain off, it'll actually kind of feel a lot more like a fat overdrive pedal than it is like this like. Yeah. Can you see it for a second?
Sure.
I'm always paranoid about this guitar and these chairs. Like this input jack, like, is gonna bust right through. This is fine here.
There's too many knobs on this guitar.
So you can roll the gain back and not have it just be like balls out, and like you can do the same thing on the red channel.
I actually kind of prefer, like, if we're talking about like that rolled off kind of tone, I prefer the red channel for that kind of thing than the purple channel. Does the Rev have a 6? A 6?
Yeah, Rev A has 606s and B
Oh,
has
Rev
34s.
A, yeah. I was trying to like make sense of that, yeah. That's the one to stay in too.
Oh man, it's like,
I saw it when I said before that it was tuned down to D. Someone's like, I'm not sure if that guitar wants to be tuned that low. I don't think it actually tuned that low. It's just been sitting in the case for a long time.
I was gonna say,
We might have detuned it before we put it in the case.
Oh, okay.
Potentially, I don't know.
it's a killer guitar. Like,
It's a great guitar, man, yeah. I've never actually played a Falcon before.
it's one of my favorite guitars that I have. I rarely ever play it. Like, I still have the plastic on the pick guard.
Good man.
I got this during the pandemic, and here you go. But yeah, so that's a trick that, you know, you can get a whole lot more tones out of it than what most people expect if you just roll things back a bit. How many people watching own a 120? What do you have?
I've got a D20 and a D40.
Yeah, okay. It's fun like that, right?
Man, we were playing with like low gain for so long, I almost forgot how aggressive they actually get.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's... There you go. So, the green channel also. Want to see it for a second?
Yeah, definitely.
So, one of the other things that happened is Dan designed the circuit so that if you crank the green channel, phase inverter starts to break up more.
It's kind of like this bloomy kind of low end thing. Yeah.
Yeah, almost like what a fuzz is starting to do.
I was gonna say almost like Big Muff-esque with that low end bloom. Yeah. Yeah, when you do the Jimmy thing, you can do the fuzz element a lot. Yeah. There it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So, clean channel.
Oh,
This
give me
is
a
all
clean
on
channel,
the-
yeah.
This is all on the 10th anniversary. I can kick him over to the revision A if you guys want to. The wide switch on here, like while he's playing, I'll kick it on for you. But like the difference between that and that is just another thing that's on all of the Mark IIIs. But when Dan developed the wide switch on the G20,
Yeah.
I remember just being like, what did you do? Like, that is awesome. And it's one of those things that, like, man, I don't think I ever play the 120 without the wide switch on the clean channel, because it's just feels that full.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, you can have them.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Sean asked, would the G50 be more like the 10th anniversary or the Revision 8? It's the 10th, way more like the 10th anniversary. So I was saying earlier in the stream that one of the things that Dan did for the voicing changes on the 120, in the purple channel, a lot of it's based off of the G50's purple channel, to be honest, because he had to change a number of things in the circuit to get the purple channel to react properly once he brought the wattage down.
Yeah, makes sense.
That was actually one of the reasons that the Gen 740 was always a red channel and didn't ever we never had a purple channel version of it. And yeah,
Because you couldn't make it respond properly at the lower.
yeah, I'm not sure what his issue was. I know that like he was having problems getting the purple channel to work properly with like a quad of 6 V6s and the transformers that we had in the Gen 740. And the voicing on the 740 was, the red channel was almost like a mix between the red and the purple. Like it doesn't match a Mark 1 or a Mark 2 red channel properly. So, BB, isn't G50 revision B? Not technically, because it's the first one that
revision of the
exists.
50. Yeah.
But it is this, like, the 10th anniversary, which is the revision B preamp circuit.
It's related.
Is the same as
yeah,
the
it's
G50
related
now.
to a revision
So,
B. Yeah. Somebody's asking about attenuators too.
What's up, Carrie? Good to see you, dude. It's been a long time. I met Carrie at the first year that we did the Dallas Guitar Show.
Oh, right
Yeah,
on.
I met
Okay.
him. Good dude. Great player too.
Do we have a fuzz pedal kicking around here?
I don't have any ability to set it up quickly, but yes, if you take a fuzz into the drive channel, they get nice and spitty. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on what type of fuzz pedal you're using and how you dial it. But
As a
yes.
designated fuzz guy in the room right now, I'll say definitely into the green channel is the way to run a fuzz into these amps for sure.
Yes. Although I heard like Joey was running the
Yeah, but Joey can do anything.
dude, he was running a fuzz into the Northern Mauler.
Yeah, of
And
course he would.
He
Yeah.
was running the Mauler when I left for a phone call or for something when we were shooting Golden Age episodes last week, and I came back and I said something about the Mauler because he was like going to turn something on the board. I'm like, oh, don't turn on the Mauler. That's not going to be your thing.
Yeah.
He's like, I was actually just playing it. He's like, and I loved it. He's like,
Yeah.
dude, that's awesome. And I'm like, what now? But I always forget that Joey's like a huge fan of a lot of gain
Yeah.
in certain circumstances. So
Yeah.
yeah, it
Also,
makes
he's
up
not
for it.
human, so like.
Yeah, he's a mutant. All right, let's try another fiddle with that. Let's try the old Novo.
You'll know.
Yeah. So
Wanna go
this is
first?
my only guitar here with P90s.
So sad. We need more P90s in the shop.
Where's that Harley Benton Henning?
just me, or is every E string on all of my guitars just dead as a doornail?
Definitely not just you.
Who's got the like super acid hands that are like wrecking everything?
Me.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty bad for that. Sorry.
I can tell when Bo has picked up a guitar because the neck is like, there's some sort of like film on it.
Gritty?
Yeah.
What's a film on it? You.
Yes.
I'm not that gross.
Can we just talk about how good this Novo sounds?
Yeah.
And like, I'm pretty sure these are Fralin P90s.
I'm pretty sure they're
and
Fralins,
like,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, sounds too good, man.
No bar. No bar.
Yeah.
Well, there's no bar.
I meant to grab that.
Hey.
That's
right.
what I was forgetting.
Let's do this.
Same thing?
Sure. Revision A. Revision A, and then here's 10th anniversary.
It's just, I don't say it all the time, but again, it's just like, it just got more of everything.
Yes.
More of everything that you want.
More
And-
is more. Marty, you are not wrong. Oh,
Yeah.
bastard.
I'm just instinctively going for the wiggle stick and it's not there.
He's trying to find it. Oh, there it is.
Ah, that's why I can't play it right now.
So, I like how you tried to mute yourself there. So, round 2 for me is Granville Island Lager
Ooh.
from the fine folks at Granville Island Brewing, and sweet Vegemite koozie.
That sweet, sweet Vegemite.
Yeah. Oh, that stuff's so gross.
Bo, have you had Vegemite before?
I've not.
Oh, you messed up saying that.
Yeah, you.
All right.
Oh, bud, that's
Gentlemen, don't do anything too crazy. I'm gonna go grab a spoon. I'll be right back.
I've also got this chicken salt that Luke's telling me I gotta try.
Oh yeah. We'll let you have that, and we'll get a Tim Tam ready for you for after you try the Vegemite. But cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Let us know what you guys are drinking tonight too. We don't actually ever talk about the beer that we drink here. But yeah. Do I think that the Northern Mauler will make its way into an amp someday? No, probably not. And the reason why is because the voicing in the Mauler it's kind of a cross between a G3 and a G4.
Yeah.
Which does kind of exist in the 740, but different. Like that's quite a bit older revision of those voicings. And the other thing is it's an HM2 style circuit, which I don't know. I feel like that's better as a pedal than as
I think
an amplifier.
it's a little bit too niche to put into an amplifier, right? Like it's
Yeah. I will say that Dan has been pretty clear that he would like to do something that's like even more heavy and more aggressive than the Generator as a design at some point. But man, it's like there's so many projects that we have that we're working on. It's right over here, Luke.
It's on the pedal shelf, yeah.
Yeah, that you know. Yeah, there's just so many projects he has to work on that I just don't see it happening anytime soon. Okay, here. let me just get out. I'll show you guys this too. Our good buddy Mike Jeeves, all the way from Australia.
Oh man, I'm gonna hate
Like,
this.
with like, I don't know if you guys can see this very well, but like the
Oh.
box of treats is like unbelievable. I already took the mint like
It
chocolate
smells
things
like
and
cat food.
Yeah, why do you think I put it as far away from my face
Oh.
as I could?
All right.
down the hatch, bud.
Oh wow. That's something. It tastes like really thick like soy sauce or something. Oh please, yeah. This is not gonna be gross, right?
You never had a Tim Tam?
Never.
Oh, they're the
Oh,
best.
dude,
Is this one or two?
that's fun.
Why can't I get it?
I like how like
Although
the thing is.
you'll have to try that in like 2 hours from now when the Vegemite's out of your system because it might taint your Tim Tam experience.
You can do the Tim Tam slam.
What's a Tim Tam slam?
Correct me. Somebody from
I
Australia.
have no idea.
I don't remember what the Tim Tam Slam is. I just know a thing. But
Also,
yeah,
look how beautiful
at-
this box
I
is.
know.
so much better
There's so
than the
much
Vegemite.
stuff. So much stuff.
Can you hear me chewing into the microphone? Okay, good.
Ovaltinies. What? Yeah.
Oh wait, I lied. Yeah, we can.
Caramello koala. Man, he put in so much effort. Like, yeah, it's awesome. And the chicken salt. Yeah, you got to try that later. The chicken salt is so good. So, yeah. Do you know what I think the Vegemite tastes like? It tastes like the smell of a hamster cage.
That's a great way to describe it, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you ever had a hamster as a kid, or you walked into anybody's house who has a hamster,
You can smell it,
You
yeah.
can smell it like right away, and you're like, that smells like rodent piss.
That's pretty spot on, actually. Yeah.
Vegemite. Yeah, it's Basil. I hear it's made from Bigfoot's 80 pants. Nice. Okay, Monster Joe 76 asked, what attenuator do you recommend for high wattage amps? You know, I don't use an attenuator.
Yeah,
ever.
my experience with attenuators is pretty limited.
Yeah, so the brown box isn't really an attenuator, though, right? Like the
It's like
Luke
a
is
power,
saying,
power attenuator, power conditioner.
well,
kind of
it's
thing, right?
it's more of a like power regulator to make sure that you're getting
Yeah, that's-
pure
yeah.
proper power, which
Yeah.
does make a big difference, right? Scott, what chicken salt? Dude, chicken salt is so good. Like it's yeah. Did you already open one, Luke?
I did. The one that's by Bo, I popped
It's right
open
here.
there.
Yeah. Did you try it yet?
I haven't tried it yet.
No,
I was
take-
going to before the stream, and Luke said I had to do it on the stream.
Yeah, take a little hitter.
All right, I'm gonna
You just gotta slide it and then it'll.
let me see what's what.
So this isn't the same brand that we had last time, so I'm curious to see how much.
Man, it's
This-
good.
yeah.
That's good, yeah?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'll bite.
Oh, dude.
Between the Vegemite, the Tim Tam, the chicken sauce
This'll
here, I'm going
fix-
to have like such an interesting taste in my mouth the rest of the night.
The chicken salt will help.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That one I can do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good, dude. Oh.
Yeah, that's like pure MSG.
Yeah, it is.
It tastes like, you know, Ichiban.
Oh,
Like-
you want some, Luke?
Yeah, he wants it.
Is it closed?
Yeah, it's closed. I'm worried I'm going to hit that camera in front of you.
Just throw it out. You're good.
The
Thanks.
it tastes like, you know, like Ichiban, like the chicken flavored Ichiban noodles.
Yeah, yeah.
It tastes like the
it's like
flavor
like
pack.
a ramen packet.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like the best part of the ramen.
yeah, it's the best. It's all your sodium intake
For a
in
week.
one shake. So back to the whole attenuator thing, though. I hear the Fryette Power Station, the Tone King. I think it's the Iron Man, is really good.
Again, my knowledge of attenuators is pretty,
I know
pretty
people who
limited.
use the. That's not an attenuator. Luke, that's a power amp.
Yeah.
But
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. Marty the Green Packet. Yeah, dude. No, the the Tone King attenuator is good. Dr. Z, I think, makes the Z brake, and then
Yeah.
Marshall makes the power brake or the air brake. I can't remember. I don't know. Two Notes has the reload. The reload is one of the best that I've used. But to be honest, our amps have usable volume pots, so you don't need an attenuator.
I mean, it's also got the, it's not really an attenuator, but it's got like the wattage cut too. So
Yeah.
you can go from 100 to 10 watts, which is...
Let's talk about the most useless feature on our amps. Bo?
the wattage cut?
I hate wattage cuts. I know we have it on our amp because I know people who swear by using it. And I, like, my good buddy Stoby, who used to be the guitar player in my band 20-some years ago, he has a D20, only plays it in 4-watt mode.
So since I got my 40, my D20 is kind of just my at-home practice amp. And since it's not leaving my house anymore, always on the 4-watt mode.
He's always 4-watt mode, always the power amp defeated.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I guess that would erase the reason for the 4-watt mode, but...
It would, yeah.
Yeah, but he says it makes a difference. That doesn't make any sense, Alex. You're a lying bastard, Alex. He's not watching this, but anyway.
I hope not, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Ricky has the 100-watt power station, and the brown box using both are excellent, and he uses them more on Marshalls. Yeah. Justin says more color options, especially the snakeskin. I mean, we have, I think, like 50-some.
I was going to say, do we need more color options?
You know what color I saw? Marshall had this, like, hot pink amp at NAMM. It was like the Sex Pistols
Oh, nice, okay.
version. Did you see it?
No, I did. That actually looks kind of familiar. I may have walked past that at some point.
They did this hot pink, and they also did like a fluorescent, like yellowy green.
Okay, I missed that one for sure.
And I went to look at it, and I was like, man, where did they get that Tolex? And just put Sex Pistols Marshall, and you'll see it, Luke, because it's actually, it has both. Luke is Googling it right there.
Whoa, okay, that's actually pretty cool.
Yep. So anyway,
well.
I went and looked at it, and dude, they just had somebody print it like on a flatbed printer, like what we have at HD.
Michael, what's up, dude?
Yeah, what's going on,
Sorry
dude?
to interrupt you, but yeah, we're just eating all your snacks.
Yep, exactly. I'm gonna hit the Tim Tams.
I just tried the Vegemite. Loved it.
Make a Connor McDavid jersey head. What an Oilers one. I think some people have designed Oilers ones.
I'm good for now.
Uh-huh. Nice. I've never heard of the Amp Maniac.
Me neither. I was just looking at that.
The people over at Brown Box are good friends of ours. Clark and Cassandra, great company, great people. So we use the Brown Box stuff when we need that. Somebody said they're not a big fan of the multi-watt switch on their Mesa Boogies. Yeah.
Oh, you're not alone.
You should talk while I eat.
Okay.
Bo, have you ever had chicken biscuits?
No.
They're so good.
Is this also Australian stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, are they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, they're really good though.
Yeah.
There's chicken crackers.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Bring me all your snack foods,
Have you-
guys. I will try them.
Was it
Do you
the
like
shapes?
bacon dippers?
What's a bacon dipper?
What?
What?
You know
It's
what
like a little
dipper-
bacon flavored cracker.
Like it's you know, the like Swiss cheese Ritz.
Yeah.
They're the bacon dipper one. You've never had that?
No, I never had these.
They're so good.
Yeah. What's up, Jason?
I gotta step up my cracker game. Yeah.
He brought a thing of bacon dippers and gave them to everybody.
I did?
One day. I'm pretty sure you did.
Probably. They're good. They're a good time. Swiss cheese is a good time too, but it's pretty hit and miss with people. They're pretty.
I can do Swiss cheese.
What's that?
I can do some Swiss cheese.
I stand by the Christie's Swiss cheese crackers.
It's good shit, man. Oh yeah, jeez. Okay. So yeah. Merlin, what? Yeah. What are the questions you guys have about the generator? Let's plug this Telecaster in here now that we heard this Novo and determined that the Novo.
Is this an NJ telly?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. Oh, Mike, no problem about the Cheetos bag opening. My kids ate all of them that weren't in the box, like that weren't floating around in the box, and I didn't know. Like, this
Derek
thing's
Novo's right here.
yeah, this thing sounds awesome.
Yeah, please don't tune it.
Yeah. Hey, Jason, have you got a Novo? Jason's a great guitar player from Alberta that always has nice gear.
Oh.
Go Jets.
Go Jets. Are we playing the Oil sometime soon or what?
I don't know. I don't watch hockey anymore.
No? I think we're playing Ottawa because Landon
We're playing Ottawa
Bailey.
tonight, like right now.
Yeah, because Landon Bailey sent me a text that he was going to the game. And he's like, aren't you guys top of the league? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure we are, but
We are, yeah.
we're
killing it right now, man.
I have no time to watch the old hockey, which is sad to me because I used to have I used to split a half season ticket.
Oh, yeah.
So I had like 11 games that I would go to.
Yeah, it was fun.
You're like, yeah, I went to a bunch with my dad because you couldn't go.
Well, I actually only went on my birthdays,
Oh, okay.
but it would always fall near my birthday, so it was a good time.
Did I take you one time? I think when you
you've
were
taken
little.
me like 3 times.
Did I?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think we
remember.
lost. I think we lost every time.
Nice.
Oh, thanks for the score update, Marty. Appreciate that, bud.
That was when you were little. Like,
Yeah, it probably would have been 2013 or 14.
yeah. Oh, nice, Jason. What do you think? Is it a Saris J?
I was gonna say, yeah, Saris or
Or is it the what's the other one that
The
we have?
Voltour.
No,
The Miris, the
what's the one we have
Solus.
here? The Solus. Did you and Jason, did you grab it from Stang?
Also, I see Rankin's got a question here. Is the G50 the most aggressive rev? It's definitely up there, but I would say between that and the 10th anniversary, like or
Yeah, Revision B. Either one.
pretty comparable.
All right, so I have to admit, this is one of my newest guitars, and I have played it almost never.
Yeah.
And when I first played it, oh yeah, nice, Jay. You have the Mastery Trem on it, I'm assuming. That Mastery Trem on the Saris J is the best tremolo on almost any guitar. It is so smooth and it never goes out of tune.
This guitar is just so comfortable, man.
It's so good. Got it at Lauzon. Oh, another killer shop. Yeah. Yeah, I play hockey.
I was gonna say I'll let you take that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I play beer league hockey, but there's no hitting in it. So, I mean, there's still a little bit of shoving and whatever.
Yeah.
So
You can't get completely away from that.
It's not like crazy violent. Austin, who's Luke's brother-in-law, got leveled by somebody in our game because Austin is little and he ran into a dude that was probably
not little.
probably 6'3" and like 320 pounds at least.
He didn't tell me about that.
Yeah, and he
He's probably not telling a lot of people about that. Yeah.
he ran into a train. Like, anyway, what I was gonna say is when I first played this, I didn't really like how the pickup sounded. I was kind of like, yeah, it's all right. But this sounds awesome. Yeah. Jason, how do you like your Saris J? Anybody else here have a Novo?
Not yet, but I want one.
Tell me that neck isn't like the most comfortable thing ever.
Oh, it's great, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
You're looking at me like he wants his guitar back.
No, no. Nice.
Yeah, love this thing, dude.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, let's keep going through. We're gonna try the old Tom Anderson Raven. It's right here.
Nice.
They're all right beside me now.
Yeah,
I mean,
perfect.
like if there's something there that you want to try.
That is-
no, I'll do the Tom, Andy.
That's the Angel.
Sorry. Thank you, Luke, for
No
correcting
worries.
me. I also realized that I had not responded to. Oh, you have the cable.
Yes.
I had not responded to our buddy Scott Nickerson's question about like the 120 Revision B Red versus the Anniversary G4. Anniversary G4 is based off of the Red channel from the Revision B.
Yeah, the anniversary pedal is big. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds me. Absolutely filthy, dude.
You want to give it a whirl?
Yes.
So-
yeah.
The fine folks over at Tom Anderson were were kind enough to send this over for us to check out. And it's not our guitar, but
You know it. This thing's sweet, dude. I've never played this guitar before.
oh yeah, it's killer. I have the Raven from them, which is their offset, like their Jazzmaster. and
Yeah, the
it's
Raven I've played before, yeah.
So good.
This thing smokes though, dude. Like, not really what I would gravitate towards usually, but
Yeah.
yeah, plays like butter.
Also, I love that top, like the kind of. I don't know if it's supposed to be just flame maple or what. Like if it's a cross between like a flame and a quilt, but this blue finish on it, like it is the one time, Luke. I'm gonna say that the burst looks amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything about this is like not what I would typically go after, but
You know what's a
it's
brilliant
sick, though.
idea? Can we just give props to Tom Anderson for
Sure.
how smart they are? Notice how there's two buttons. Do you know why that is?
No.
Let me see it.
No.
I'm setting it on a cable, so it's no good. But there's two buttons so that you can set it down against your amp,
And
and
it's
it's
not
not going to tip side to side.
Genius.
Like,
Genius.
see what I did there? I told him that I would show him about the buttons, and then I stole the
Then
guitar.
you stole my guitar. I can't get a guitar for more than 10 seconds here today. Oh, dude. Someone's working on his pinch harmonics.
I need a different pick for it. I know.
Rick, you got a generator. Oh, can you just go up for a second there, Luke? You've got an MK3. So yeah, that would be the last revision before the 10th anniversary, because the
So Revision A.
Yeah, revision A. Revision B and 10th anniversary came out at the same time. Oh. Oh.
They are just. Just
All right, but Lucas, did you hear my medal?
nasty. Thanks, Lucas.
Yeah, we did.
Like, they're so easy to play.
It's
like,
so easy, man. Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys haven't ever played a Tom Anderson, you need to treat yourself. Also, like, really interesting and cool, like their neck joint.
Yeah.
Just 2 bolts, right? And if you can see the actual joint, it's like this weird. I don't know if it's considered a trapezoid, but like it's like this really weird shape. Like it's
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah. So their necks. I got to actually watch them building some. Luke was with me right after NAMM, and like the amount of time they spend, like chiseling out paint in here, or like just shaving it out, and
Yeah. To make
like-
it fit perfectly.
like
yeah.
the fine tuning that they do to make it fit is just unbelievable. Because their necks also have a T-nut inside.
Okay.
Like laminated inside the neck. So when this goes in, it's threading in. It's not just like a wood screw.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. We just did the one that Perfecto did. We haven't done like our own in-house one because it would be like 3 minutes long.
Yeah. Also, who's got time for that right now?
Now it's been crazy here because, like, being completely honest, it's been like produce as fast as we possibly can and do as much overtime as we possibly can right now, just because with the threat of like both countries imposing tariffs on each other, we just keep kind of racing against the tariff deadlines to get as much done so that, you know, hopefully we get stuff out to people and prices don't have to change anywhere.
I'm not gonna lie, I got so much done in the last 2 days. It's kind of eye-opening. I was like, what am I doing every other day that I work here?
All right. So that's the
That's a
Anderson.
sick guitar,
Let's see
man.
how's the let's try. It's so weird with it being tuned down so low. Split? Yep.
Do you know what pickups are in that thing?
They wind their own.
Okay.
No, that wasn't it. So weird being down. Yeah, a ridiculous amount, but yes. All right.
They're also wound by just one guy.
Yeah. and
All the
he's-
pickups?
Yep.
Yeah,
Really?
and how old is he? He's like 76,
Yeah,
77, something like that.
He's been around with them for a very long time.
Yes. All right. I got one more in the rack that we haven't tried, and that is the.
Rick, what do you think of the Slow 30? I've heard kind of mixed things about it, honestly.
The Slow 30 you've heard mixed things about?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, no,
Wow.
I've heard that it's great, but it's not doesn't really do what a lot of people are expecting it to do, being like an SLO.
Hot take. I think the SLO 30 sounds better than most SLO 100s.
Really? Okay.
Yep. It feels better too. I don't have one. I've played one a number of times, and I have an SLO 100. And out of all of the amps on the wall there, it is one of my least favorites. So,
Really?
Yep. Yep.
Huh.
It's grainy. It's not. There we go. Jason, yes, I have played a number of Tylers, and actually James Tyler, they shared booth space with us at NAMM this year. They are very good friends of ours. We actually, Luke and I toured the James Tyler facility about a day before we went to Tom Anderson, maybe? 2 days before? Don't remember.
I think it was the day before.
The day before. Killer guitars. I'm getting one of the Dan Huff signatures at some point
Nice.
here.
Yeah.
And then I think they're also going to send us Studio Elite for us to check out here as like a loaner. Great guitars. One of the ugliest headstocks in all of guitars. But I have learned that like ugly headstocks don't matter because the Novo I definitely thought had an ugly headstock when I first saw it.
Yeah,
'cause
but it
it's like-
kind of sets it apart, right? It's like,
yeah. And now I'm like, looks good, sounds
Yeah,
good.
kind of
I
a-
used to hate how the Novos looked. I was like, when I got mine, Travis was like, hey, he's like, I want to send over a guitar for you to check out, for you guys to use on the stream.
Yeah.
And then later on, he was like, any chance you want to do a trade? Like, we need some T-shirts. And I was like, yeah, we could probably work something out. So he's like, well, why don't you spec something out? And I'm like, I don't like any of your body styles. Like, okay. And so then I looked at their Instagram, and there was a Black Series J like the one I have, and I was like, this is the one that I would say out of all of them is the least offensive to me.
that's a great term to use too. That's the least offensive to me. Yeah.
And honestly, I got it, and I was blown away how good it was, and I do actually like how it looks now. So things grow on you.
I love them, man. Yeah.
The James Tyler headstock, when we saw, I think the thing that I don't like about it is the headstock looks weird, but it's the step and repeat logo on the.
I know exactly what you mean. That's kind of the hardest part.
Yeah.
The most offensive part, if you will.
But when we were there, there's one that just has James Tyler's signature on the top, and that shit looks awesome.
Okay.
So, yeah. What's next, Fiesta? No, Steve.
No.
No Campbell's tomato soup guitars for me, buddy.
Did you go home and learn that after our last one?
No. Speaking of other cool ass guitars that most people don't know about, the John Mark Meridian from the Creator series here. These are great guitars.
Yeah, I love that thing.
And not expensive, so
Really? That's good to know.
yeah. I think I paid $1,500 for this guitar.
That's, yeah,
And I think
super
he originally
reasonable.
told me they were $1,200, but this one was more because it had gold foils.
Gold foils.
And $1,500 for this guitar is a hell of a deal. Dakota Red is way better than Fiesta Red. Fiesta Red is terrible.
What's Dakota Red?
It's just more red and less orange.
Okay.
It screams less.
Yeah, Jamie, pull that up, please.
See?
Okay, yeah.
JMO.
J-Mo.
It screams way less like lawyer, doctor guitar.
Yeah. Yes. Ah, you. Right, I'll just hang out here. I'll be eye candy for the rest of the episode. Thank you.
There you go.
You would have pulled it away that time too. Just straight up left.
That one needs a slight
My
neck
headphones are doing
adjustment.
weird things.
Oh, yeah? My battery
What are
might
they
die.
doing?
They keep cutting out.
Do you want me to rescan your pack?
Sure.
So, what other questions you guys have about the Generator 120s? Does anybody else have any other questions about them? Because we've gone through all the guitars now that, Bo's going through the last one.
I can't hear what I'm doing there either, so.
Sounds good. I can hear it.
Does it? I would have no way of knowing until I get my pack back here. I have no idea what this sounds like. So.
It sounds really good. Attaboy, Luke.
Thank
Attaboy.
you. Thanks, Luke. Oh, so much better. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does sound pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
I was gonna do some kind of weird, and I was like, this isn't my guitar. Maybe I shouldn't fuck with the neck like that. Yeah.
Oh, you're all good. Steal your cable.
Yeah, go for it.
It can handle it really great. All right, so if you go to the crunch channel, so like. Okay, and I mean I've got the gain at noon. If I pull it back. So yeah, it can definitely handle it. I'm a shit like blues player, like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say you're shit. You're my boss. I legally can't tell you that you're shit.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, pull the game back. And then obviously the clean channel works well for like. Jason, yeah, Sean had input on. He's had input on every amp that we've done since he's been working with us. So I think the only amp he didn't have like a significant amount of input on is the G50, just because it was already going to be based off of.
Yeah, we kind of knew what we were doing with that one, or Dan did. I should
the
say.
generator. Yeah, and he still played it and gave input in that on it before it was released. But it was, I'd say it's the one that he was the least involved with.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. Map Guitars asked, how's the 10th anniversary compared to the 120 Mark II? What's the difference in feel and tone? And the Mark II has been your go-to amp. Thanks, Map. Huge differences. Number one, the fact that, talking about this green channel, right? Like, the fact that I have, like, multiple drives. So...
Yeah, but having the adjustable drive modes is huge.
Because now there's almost like a really natural flow from clean to like edge of breakup tones through like crunch tones and then right up into the purple
I was
channel.
going to say, it's getting closer to that high gain kind of territory without being, without stepping on anyone's toes there.
Yeah, so the other difference is the red channel on the Mark II is like night and day different from the Mark III.
Yeah.
So, it's, yeah. Like the Mark III red channel voicing, it's just completely different. It's got way more mid range in it. Like it's almost like it gets closer to what the purple channel is doing, but still holds the low end and the thump that it did before.
Well, yeah, it's got like that sag kind of thing too, right? Like it's
like Sam was always a purple channel guy on the Mark II, and then when he got the Mark III, he's like, I think I'm a red channel guy now.
Yeah.
And that's happened a lot, and to the point where the top selling amp of the 3 in the Mark IIs, right? So 100R, 100P, and 120. 100P was the top selling amp that we had from the Mark II series.
Okay,
and in the Mark III, the 120 outsells the other two by more than 5 to 1.
oh,
like way more than 5 to 1.
I built them all, so I know this.
Yeah.
I'm very aware.
So it's just if you're a fan of the purple channel, the new red channel in the Mark III is something that you're going to be like. There's more people who become fans of that were strictly purple channel fans.
You'll if you're a purple channel guy, the new red channel will not be disappointing to you.
Yeah.
But it's it's still its own thing though. It's not the purple channel.
That being said, they feel a little bit different because there's more saturation in the Mark III, but I mean, honestly, they all feel great. Like my favorite is still the Gen 740 Mark II for like feel and.
I've heard a couple of guys say that they love the 740 still. That's their go-to.
So, yeah, I hope that answers your question a little bit.
I know we
there.
need to get like an actual like capture extra something in here to do it, but it might be fun to like shoot out MK2 and an MK3.
Can you say
At
if the
some point.
740 will ever be re-released?
I mean, I can't.
If I had to guess right now, I would say no. But, who knows?
I was kind of under the impression that like the G50 kind of is taking over that space.
Yeah, it does. It's a different animal.
Yeah, different amp altogether, but wattage-wise kind of sits in the same territory.
Yeah. It just the Mark IIs take so long to build for us compared to the Mark IIIs. Like a lot of the new like design that Dan has done for efficiency in builds it's night and day different between Mark II and Mark III.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. I would say if you can find one, Mike, like there should be a couple floating around Australia. If you can find one, just get one and try it. And yeah. You see them come up used. Like there was one for sale used in Winnipeg like 2 weeks ago. I don't know if it's still for sale here, but they come up. So we're going to take like 2 or 3 more questions and then we got to go because I got a super, super busy day tomorrow.
Yeah, you and me both.
So have you heard of the Bad Cat links? Do you think that type of high gain tone might be something Rev would like to add in the future since it's not super different from the purple channel? I have heard the Bad Cat links. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember exactly what it was like. I played it and the Jet Black, and there was one other one at NAMM last year. And Peter Ahrens, who designed those amps, Peter is a really close friend of mine. I was actually talking to him right before the stream. He does all of the Ampete amp switchers, which are my favorite amp switching device on the planet. And I don't know. I'd have to sit down and play it. I did play the new Bad Cat Era 30. Oh man, that thing, the new Mark Sampson amp. That thing sounds so good.
It crushes.
Yeah, really great amp. Nothing like what we do. Like it's a matchless / like Voxy. Territory thing.
So very different from what we do, yeah.
Yep. All right, Jason Hobbs, is that mic on the cab we were hearing or the IRs? IRs.
Yeah, always IRs in this room.
Yep. We almost never run like live with mics in here just because, they'd be feeding back through the. We need somebody to mute the vocal mics if we do that. So. Marty asked, you have to pick one amp for lead tones. Think from a metal perspective. Which revision are you picking? Revision 3, 10th anniversary. Zero question.
Yeah.
So compresses better, sags better. It's more aggressive. I'm a shit metal player, so I want more gain and more things to hide behind.
That kind of threw me off too. I was like, I wouldn't pick anything for metal because I would all just sound like trash coming out of me, but I'm not even going to try that.
It's not even metal.
and everybody that was watching just left.
I can play like that Emmanuel, whatever his name is, where he's like,
Oh, I got that finger picking guy.
no,
That's
no, not
Mateo-
Tommy, not Tommy Emmanuel.
No, not Tommy Manuel.
No, you're
I'm
thinking of Mateo Mancuso.
Yeah.
No.
That guy's like super clean.
No,
Yeah.
there's some dude that like just sits with like a Charvel style guitar,
Oh.
and he's just like
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking
he
about. That
cannot play at
yeah,
all.
that guy's the
but
best dude,
He's
yeah.
just like
can't play
rip-
at all.
Yeah, just
That guy
ripping her,
shreds, dude.
just ripping her. Colton, buddy, what's going down in the streets in the old Denver?
Colton, I need to text you after the live stream.
Oh, there you go. There you go,
Oh, secrets.
buds. Yeah.
It rips. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh.
Oh wait, yeah, Colton, we would have met him at he was at
Yeah,
Is that
flip side.
Flipside, yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
what in the Corey Feldman?
Oh, buddy.
Hey,
My new best friend right
yeah.
there.
Yeah, bud,
watch
we
your
met
mouth.
Corey Feldman there.
Watch your mouth. That's our
Dorian
boy.
emailed him and he showed up at our booth.
Showed up, yeah.
So
Literally within 24 hours.
there you
yeah.
go. Emmanuel Aguilar. What's up?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All
Alien
right.
fingers, yeah.
There you go. All right, friends. Any other questions? Because I think we're about ready to head out of here for tonight, and I'm gonna go get some stuff done.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat some Tim Tams.
Oh yeah. Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. I am not here next week. Neither is Sam. He's back on the road skis, and I'm out on the road heading to the old Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Oh,
to go see our
fun.
friends at Sweetwater, and then a couple other stops. I'm an idiot. I should have also mentioned that. I'm out with our good buddy Joey from the old Golden Age Gear podcast.
Oh, that Joey. Oh, that
And,
Joey, yeah.
Joey and I are going to be doing a couple of not really clinics, but just kind of guitar hang things. And Joey will play guitar like it's a clinic, but we won't call it a clinic. We're going to be at Eclipse Music in St. Paul, Minnesota, which is a badass shop with 1,000 pedals in stock.
Ooh.
Super fun shop.
What day is this?
Like level. Thursday, March 6th.
That's like just over the border. Maybe I'll make a
Yeah.
run down, yeah.
Just a quick 7 hours for
Yeah.
you. Joey and I'll be there from 5 to 7. And then the next day, we're going to be down in the old Fargo
Oh, yeah.
at Flatland Guitar and Lutherie, another one of my favorite shops. I say, as soon as I say anything about my favorite shop or one of my favorite shops, they're
You know
all
so
of
many
these dudes
shops,
are my
dude.
yeah. Flipside Music, another one of my favorite shops. No, so we're going to good old Flatland, and we're going to be there on the 7th, Friday the 7th,
Nice.
for a little fun time. So next week it's going to be Luke and his dad
Yeah.
hanging out.
I'll be here.
I don't know what they're doing.
I'll be behind the scenes, but I'll be here.
Oh yeah, you're running the board.
I'm gonna run the board, yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to learn about all the worship tones and all the
I mean,
all the ambient tones.
Ambient tones. We're calling them ambient tones, yeah.
You guys can ask Pastor Scott all your favorite questions about the meaning of life and
I'm gonna ask him so many questions.
yeah.
Now I know worship tones and ambient tones aren't everybody's thing, but we have a special surprise. We're going to bring something that's not an electric guitar.
Oh.
That's all I'll say.
Oh.
So you have
Oh.
to tune in.
Wait till next week, guys. You will hear your favorite Jack White riff over
On
and
a
over
fiddle.
again. Constantly. My brother will be here with his one. Isn't it Jack White riff?
Yep.
I don't remember. What's the riff that I play of his that
Dead Leaves in the Dirty Ground.
Well-
A to G, C, D, A.
And with that, we'll call it a day.
Doesn't get much better than that, folks. Yeah.
See you guys next week, or I'll be watching from Fort Wayne on my phone,
Yeah.
commenting,
I'll see you all next week. though.
razzing everybody.
I'll be around.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. Make sure to follow us on all the socials and subscribe if you're not. And see you guys next time.
See you next week.